Here he is, y'all. uh, with no further ado, uh, how they say it on Dave Chappelle. Let's start the show. Uh-oh. It's Wednesday, October the 22nd. Halloween is around the corner, y'all. That means Thanksgiving is right there. Right there, right behind it. This year is almost over. Ain't that right, y'all? Well, hello. I would like to welcome you to my lair, my pretties. Welcome, 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 welcome to Unveiled Vibrations, where we resonate with the other side of silence. Silencio in Espanol. And tonight, I know some people out there want to know, what does TD have to say about tonight? But first, I must give out some greetings to the Earthlings that decided to join me this evening. I would like to extend a hello to the lovely Bianca Edwards. She says, Happy Wednesday, Unveiled Vibrations. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy Wednesday to you, Madame. Thank you for joining us tonight. We have the lovely JoJo Speaks. He says, Good evening, everybody. Good evening to you, sir. Uh-oh. Now, wait a minute. This is a name I haven't seen up here in a minute. One all, come all, everybody gather around. Show your love. For my mirrors in the chat. Welcome to Unveiled Vibrations, my man. Thank you, my love. I have missed you. She says, I don't believe it. My notifications actually worked. I wish I knew what I did differently this time. I'm just happy I made it alive. I made it. I made it alive. Oh yeah. Well, we always here. I appreciate you coming through. I really do. It's good to see you, my dear. She also says, "Hi, TD. Hey. Hi, Bianca and JoJo. I hope y'all had a great day. I've missed you guys the past couple of Saturday mornings. I had my granddaughter, and she keeps me busy. Absolutely. The cheering, they keep us all running around, smiling, laughing, yelling, sighing, and shaking our heads. That's the cheerings for you. What a joy to have. And Mr. JoJo Speak says, "Hey Bianca, hey Mimi here. Hello to all. Even those that have not decided to say hello in the chat, don't be afraid. Share your beautiful faces with us. We appreciate you being here." And wait a minute. What is this? I, I, I'm at, give me a second. I, Somebody messaged me, and I'm like, wait a minute. Let me tell you right now, I am live on YouTube. All right, now that's done. Back to the show. I really appreciate you guys coming through and showing me some love. And I have been on an incredible journey. And the title of this week's episode, Noise in My Head. I don't know if anyone else out there has had all kinds of thoughts, all kinds of ideas, and other people's thoughts, ideas, and words that they have said unto them in their heads. Um, I have been in a space of where I have to purge a bit of what has been inputted into me. And the purge is relinquishing the things that aren't serving me anymore. The things that have influenced me in my decision making and my attitude towards things, and all of it sounds like noise now, because I'm actually in a space of where I'm trying to find the new version of TD McCollum. And on that journey, I've experienced a lot of noise. And it's finally got to a point that it's bothered me. and I just need to cut it out. Cut the cable, pull the plug on it all, because I need to start over fresh and come back renewed, because the headspace I am in, I've been pulled this way and that way and directed this way and that way. And for many of us, some of you can relate, because life be life, and the people in our lives and the things that we interact with out in the world put a lot onto us. And some of us hold on to it to the point where we just never let it go, and it weighs on us, stacks upon us, and we kind of just sit with it while everyone else goes on enjoying their day and their lives and everything that they're involved with without us. And don't think back to what was done to us or presented around us and how that affects us. And so we have to figure out how to no longer carry what's not ours to carry, and to reset and come to a renewed mindset. And through my journey, I'm looking into the areas that serve me, and I feel like re-energizing, reanimate me. I'm not looking to go back to the person I once was, because through it all, I've learned that I've done a lot that served other people to the detriment of me. I don't know if anyone out there can agree with that, where you've poured into so many people, and at the at some point you realize that your cup is empty and you don't have any more to give. And there are people that continue to drain from that cup, knowing and you knowing that you don't have any more to give, and how much that has took away from you, and how much of yourself that you have lost along the way. And now you're a completely different person, far from who you had desired to be. And now you find yourself absolutely just in a worse off state than you once were before. Uh, for me, it put me on a brink of depression. Or I might be downplaying it a little bit, uh, because I didn't know how badly I had just gave of myself without looking into any limits and overextending myself. And I don't know if that speaks to any of you, but I want to encourage you in this time. It's okay to step away for a little while to regather your strength, regather your senses, and regather the center of who you are and your value of yourself. Because at the end of the day, you got to place value on yourself before anybody else can place a value on you. And much of my life has been molded by the value and level in which people have allocated to me, because I didn't know what I was doing. I still don't know what I'm doing, but I know what I won't be doing. And some of this has bleeded over into my music, in which musically I didn't know who I wanted to be and what I wanted to do, because um unfortunately I'm looking for what the people want instead of what I want. And as an artist, I know a lot of artists go into creating their projects with that mindset of, I'm creating this for the people. It's not all artists, but it's a vast, large amount. The majority go into it. I'm gonna create this for this reason. I want y'all to dance. I want y'all to cry. I want y'all to come together. I want you to laugh. It's always some sort of an emotional attachment to the desire of that artist. And I had to realize the type of artist that I wish to be, that doesn't align with, because at the end of the day, if I'm performing music for the people and I think I'm giving them what they wanted and it's not what they want, well, dynamic, I began to get in this cycle of, okay, I need to go fix it. I need to go back and I need to do exactly what you guys want so that you'll like it. And then there's a small portion of artists out there is like, I'm gonna do what I want because I like it, and I'm gonna put it out there. And if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. And that totally wasn't me. And the reason, like I said, was because I wanted the input of the people to get a feel for what they want. And now I'm getting into the mindset. It's an active process for me to get into the mindset of what I want musically. And I'm not totally sure because my musical ear is all over the place. And I found myself in everything else I was doing all over the place. Because, oh, I can help you do this. I can help you do, I can do this. I can do that. And then I'm sitting on the couch, passed out. I'm so tired. Hmm. I don't know why I'm so tired. And then it hit me. You're doing too much. uh, that's I'm learning to set a limit on everything, um, and follow my internal compass. If I feel like I'm going in the right direction with it, if it feels right, I will go in that direction. If it doesn't, I'm going the opposite way ASAP. Okay. Um, because I took to heart the life I have is not my own, and that put me in a place of constant servitude, and that's where I am. Say I am actively being delivered from. Like, I love serving people, I love helping people, but I can't do it at the sacrifice of my mental health, number one, and my physical health, number two. And that's where I am with the state of TD McCollum. I did get a few more comments, and I would like to acknowledge them. Hold on, wait a minute. There you go. Hey, J Star Brad is here, aka the Light of the Leo. The Light of the Leo. Excuse my tongue tied. AKA, hold on. I had to check with the Light of the Leo because she has recently changed her name to Celestial Fire Reiki. Um, so when you get your notifications in the future, it's no longer going to say the Light of the Leo. It's going to say Celestial Fire Reiki. And understand that's her elevation. And I'm pretty sure everybody here has gone through a transformation of elevation in 2025. Whether you deliberately did it or yeah, it was required of you to do it. Change must come. Anyways, uh, Mamir says hello to J Starbright. Happy hump day to you. J Starbright says, hey, Bianca, JoJo, and Mamir. Love you guys. JoJo says, hey, Jennifer. Mamir says, Jennifer is here. Light of the Leo Jen. I don't see her in the chat. And doesn't that mean she's blocked me? Just stop right. You're gonna have to check on that. Uh-oh. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We have Lady Virgo in the chat. Hey, welcome. Welcome, Lady Virgo. Welcome. I'm glad to see your beautiful face here. Glad to see you in the place. Keep coming back. Of course, when you're available. I understand when you're not. It's okay. It's always good to see you. Bianca says, Happy Wednesday, Lady Virgo, Mamir, JoJo Speaks, and J Star Break. And hi, Lady Virgo from Amir. Happy you're here. Everybody saying hello to Lady Virgo. And she says hello to everyone. Thank you. Lady Virgo says, Hey, good evening to you. Your background is so cool. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, love. She says, Thanks to Mamir. Happy to be here, sis. Okay. Thank you for the heads up. Yep. You're welcome. Mamir says, Lady Virgo, I love his background too. I wish I had a room like that. The stairs are very cool. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I like it. I wish I can walk up them stairs and get a glass of water, but I can't. uh, J Starbright says, I think she was looking for the light of the Leo. This is my regular old YouTube account. Yep, that is her right there. And Genesita, aka Jennifer Star McCollum, formerly known as the Light of the Leo, and now known as Celestial Reiki Fire. Yes. Celestial Fire Reiki. Sorry, I had it all jumbled up. Yes, Celestial Fire Reiki, to be exact. Coming soon to a YouTube near you. I thought about voice acting, y'all, but I don't know. I might be able to find something in that eventually. Uh, yes. Lady Virgo says, Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. I remember now, Wednesday evenings. Now, right? Yes. Wednesdays, 8:30. I'll be here. Unless I say I won't be here. I'll be here. Mm-hmm. It's her. I'm here. Lady Virgo says, I wish I owned a house that looked like that. But those stairs would definitely be tricky for me and my weak legs. Trust me, I'd be scared going up those stairs. I'm telling you. Because, I had to fall down on this couch back here. It, I just hope I don't land on one of these plants. You know, my goal if I slip, I'm falling on the couch right there. I love it here, don't you? There it is. My man says, sometimes it takes me a minute for me to figure out stuff. Good to see you. I missed you. Hey, I was just having fun with y'all. I'm here. I appreciate y'all being here in the chat. I'm having fun with y'all about this part of the house right here. Um, it's been 30 minutes. I appreciate y'all. Another nitty gritty of stuff. What's happening in this version of the world? Um, I'll say this. What's happening right now is what was meant to happen because of the choices we made as a people. I know a vast majority of people didn't want this. But here we are because of decisions made. This is the timeline in which we are currently in. We all know how we got here. I have my speculations of things, and I'm pretty sure you do too. You do too. Um, it is what it is. The nation is sadly to say going in a direction that many of us didn't think they would take it this far. But they did. The government is shut down. People are not getting paid. People are struggling to have their ends meet, and people are frustrated with, I would say, the lack of empathy for those that are without. Um, this state of the United States is the have versus the have nots. That's what we can call it. Without a shadow of a doubt, that's exactly what we can call this. And the ones that have are fighting to get more of what they have and don't care that the people that don't have it, the have nots, ever get it. Why is that? How did this come about? What is really going on? I have my suspicions that this current version of the world that we perceive is somewhat folding in on itself and collapsing. And so those that are in power are trying to retain that power because, like I said a few months ago on here, there are people that have rose up into power that would have traditionally not have ever been in a space of power. And either they're going to respect that or they're going to do all that they can to take that back from them because their mindset is you should have never been there in the first place. And they laugh at us. Why do they laugh? Because there is a level of classism there. There is a level of bigotry and all the isms that you can throw at it. And it's rooted in what we all know what it is: greed and power. How do we see our way out of this? How do we find some sort of normalcy in all of this when all we have seen this year thus far is a dismantle of everything that we have known? Well, what simply are, and I'm gonna speak what we will see future wise is groups and communities come together and formulate what I had saw as um the prime example of what I saw was Hunger Games. It probably won't get as bad as the Hunger Games at first, but the segregation of America will begin to find itself back. Um, and I would say, as a people, they would find ourselves being set back several decades, is what I feel will end up happening after everything boils over. Because what we are seeing right now is just the water starting to bubble a little bit. And the attack on America from Americans is the precursor to a civil war that many have said they've been calling for since uh, roughly 2012. Like the earliest I've heard of it was around 2010. And what's so funny about time is very very little people understand that little micro adjustments in time happen with each decision made, and what we did back then is what is created this today. um I said this on this platform before. The early 2000s, when they were talking about migrants and the amount of Hispanics coming into America, and eventually America being dominated by Hispanics, that made a certain group afraid of losing power, because I don't think they would have been as fearful of losing powerful if they were on their side. But when they saw how they were moving and who they aligned themselves with, that's when they began to get worried, because it began to dismantle all that the elites, I would say. That's what I would label them. The elites. Um, it began to mess with their rule over the land and the people, and they didn't take too kind to that. So a plan must be devised to bring correction. And this is what we're seeing today, that correction being implemented. I was watching a post earlier today by I forgot the gentleman in the video, but um Texas governor had all these people that, and this was back in 2023, I think it was, that they were saying, had all these Hispanic people that he brought into the country in the state of Texas, and then decided to ship them to the city of Chicago. And the area of Chicago in which they have migrated to and built a life for themselves just so happens to be mixed in with the South Side and African American communities. And what we see today is an attack on those very areas, because they're trying to correct their wrongs, as they are saying it as, and fix the broken system, quote unquote. what's sad about it is they have lost all sense of humanity. And another poster put it like this: we can't call ourselves a Christian nation when the very teachers of Christ are thrown to the wayside. And that's what we see in the actions of this administration. The absolute lack and it's because they have what they wanted, which was the power and control of this nation and being able to dictate to us and control what we see in narrative in such a way that a lot of people believe what they see based off of that word that is being presented to them. They're here illegally. They are the problem. When it's actually the opposite. These people were invited in several years ago. They were given asylum several years ago. And now you turn around and make them look like they're the enemy, like they snuck in through the back door and robbing us blind. Meanwhile, the people that are actually robbing us blind are doing it right in our face. Recently in the news, they were talking about Donald Trump going to the Justice Department and requesting that they pay him. Where does that money come from when the government is shut down? How does that work? All that money that he's requesting is money that is from the taxpayers. That's supposed to go to helping America be great again. But he's decided to do this and that and want to get a little piece of it off the top for his troubles. He feels, and I for the people that believe that he deserves to have this, he already gets a salary as a president that he can accept or not accept. We haven't heard that he hasn't denied that yet. Instead, we've heard that he wants more. And people have given him more. Hearing these things make me think back to the Simpsons episode in which the Simpsons they showed once Trump left office, they went back and looked at everything and they said, America's broke. America's bankrupt. And In the cartoon, they literally said, "How could this happen? How could America be? We are the greatest nation in the world. How does that happen? Simply because we let it happen. Because we allow for the checks and balances of our nation to get washed away, meaning the people that we elect to Senate and House of Representatives, the people that we elect as judges, we allow them to go in there and just disregard the rule of law, disregard the foundations and policies of the country, of each state, and do whatever they want to do. And then people ask the question, where's God? And God is simply saying to you, you got the king that you deserve, that you asked for. Now, when all of that comes knocking at your door and is bad to the point that you cry and beg to the Lord about it, he may not do anything. Just as he did in the Bible. It's just that simple. It's like, well, y'all gonna have to live through this because this what y'all asked for. And I have some friends out there that have simply said, yeah, this is what I wanted. He's doing exactly what I asked for. Them other parties and members of those parties have never did that. Wow. Wow. That to me is sad. And that's some of the noise that I have in my head because I can literally empathize with them because, yeah, the Democrats for many years have said they were going to do things and they didn't get it done. For whatever reasons that they have, majority of it was, unfortunately, I have to say this, they were too dependent on doing things partisan way. And we can clearly see right now how things have played out, where the Republicans are mostly doing things nonpartisan way, and it has taken effect and it's holding right now to the point that the young lady from Arizona still hasn't been sworn in. But they've sworn in other Republicans. A few weeks ago, I said this about the Democrat Party. If y'all don't get y'all stuff together, we gonna be sitting in this mess of a mess well into 2030s. And what's so funny about it is there is a fight within the Democratic Party itself that is not being really publicly pushed out there, but there is a fight for power. There's a huge power struggle within that party. And my opinion is this: maybe all parties should be dismantled. Um, Years ago, I had a vision in which the United States became a whole different type of nation after a worldwide crisis happened. And this new nation, formed, formerly known as the United States, um, things became divided based in different uh, categories such as race. And having caucus and racial parties delegates be sent to a gathering of the nation to decide on things as simple as water, electricity, the things that we value and have grown to be accustomed to have to be voted on and allocated to the have and the have nots. And it's a world in which if you didn't have the money to get what you needed, you would be in a certain bracket of people. And it's a worse version of what we have today: the low class, the middle class, the upper class, and the insanely rich. It is far worse than that. And it reminded me exactly of the movie Hunger Games, where, the nation was divided in these districts, and the districts were fighting against each other and for resources like food and healthcare and all that. It's madness. And to know that the elites won't care for anybody underneath them because they have the power to get anything that they need. Um, a few weeks ago, I talked about when I was talking about the whole Democratic thing, uh, our vice president meeting with groups of business owners. That has already happened. It's a fact. They they have already met and concocted the next phase in which they will begin to implement. in early 2026. And their hopes is we as a people would just go with it so they can just go into the next phase. Because if this nation had rose up against them when it came to immigration, oh, for sure they would have backed off. But the fact that people just stood by and just allow things to happen, well, let's see how much more we can get away with. Is the attitude. And that's going to continue to be the attitude. Well, we think we're spending too much money on these infrastructures like healthcare, like education, like food. So we'll just slowly take things away and see how far we can go with that before the brink of war. And if they decide to go to war against us, well, hey, it's war. We're going to show our sign of strength, is what they're saying, even if it's against our own people. If that doesn't wake you up, then round three might might wake you up when they start kicking people out their homes and bulldozing the land and airdropping special packages that explode. Maybe that will wake people up to what they have asked for and voted for. Because see what's happening down in our oceans south of Florida isn't just them trying to control drug trafficking. No, it's a test of what they can get away with. But hey, a lot of people have the stance of as long as it don't come near me, I'm okay. Tell that to the people of Chicago. Tell that to the people of Portland. Tell that to the people of Washington, D.C. Tell that to the people of Memphis. Tell that to the South Koreans who had their plant raided here in Georgia. My question to the people is this: how close to the sun must you get before you realize it's hot? That's all I got for you on that. Um, Stay prayed up. Continue to pray for protection. Pray for God's wisdom. You can pray for peace. Definitely pray for peace because our nation will need it. Um, that's all I can say about that. Hmm. Um, I have a friend here sitting on off camera that I would like to bring on camera. Allow you to meet her. Her name is Pearl. Um, yeah. Miss Pearl. Um, Miss Pearl came. We came in contact with each other during the pandemic. Um, she came to me by way of China, actually. China. She's from China. Um, it's kind of odd to have an American name like that, Pearl, but you're from China. Um, Interesting. Uh, she's quite nice. Um, I have to warn you right now. Her voice is a little raspy at times, um, but she's real smooth and nice. Uh, she's a smooth talker, and I think you guys will like uh, her. I think. Um, come on in here. Come on in. Come on in. Quit playing over there and get in here. This, my friends, is Pearl. This is my lovely lady, Pearl. I tell her to not be too shy, but well, kind of hard for her not to be shy. 'Cause, she's been locked away for a little while, and um, I'm glad she is no longer on the sick and shut-in list, and I'm happy to share my live stream with her. Last week I had my girl Monica here, um, and now this week my newest friend, Pearl. She says hello. Thank you for having me. And I, I'm toot a little bit before I get out of here. Let y'all hear her sing. Earlier this evening, me and her got together and fiddled around a little bit. Um, with Jennifer's permission, by the way, she let me tickle these pearls and iris, known as kings. Um, and so yeah, I got a whole get up over here. And yeah. Hey, hey, boy, shot. Curly May is what I like to call it sometimes. Um, It's been a long time. About yeah. It's been about 2 years since I played with Earl, and I'm hoping to get inspired again to come back here live and do some more playing. Um, because I miss it, and there's a particular sound that I'm looking to eventually create in this earth. And the only way I can catch that sound is to produce it. And the longer I don't work on producing the sound, the later it will become. And so that's where I'm at this time. Um, don't mind me. I have a device here where all of my effects are coming through for the saxophone, and I haven't had a chance to tweak or play with it. I will try it now. Live with you guys. Kind of figure out and dial in the settings I want. Oh no. The battery died on the mic. I got a new mic about a year and a half ago, and I hadn't really tried it out until recent. And I never really charged it up because I hadn't tried it out. So, unfortunately, its battery has died right here on live with you in the audience. But I still have my regular mic. Um, um, So, for those that did not know, uh, this is the very saxophone that I use to record and perform "Groove with Me," my first single released in March of 2022. Smooth jazz song um, with the Washington D.C. go-go beat. Um, I want to make another song with some go-go beat, but I just haven't had that much of an inspiration right now. So I'm hoping me tooting my horn live will lead to that and eventually allow me to create something alive for the world to see and then release it. Who knows? That day may come. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, Pearl. I want to thank you all for dropping in and joining me on this lovely Wednesday evening here on Unveiled Vibration. Um, I look forward to come back next Wednesday. Uh, who knows what I will be talking about next Wednesday, but know that I will be talking about something, I think. Um, it is what it is. I appreciate you for joining me, and we shall meet again. So, my closing remarks are this: as always, if no one has told you that they love you, I want you to know that I love you, and you are thought of and respected for who you are at all times. Thank you for wishing us all good night to you as well. Oh, follow me here on Unreal Vibrations. It's part of my podcast and outlet in which I have separated from my other channel because over there is where I release my music, known as Mr. TD McCollum. And unfortunately, on that channel, because it's tied to my label and distribution company, I can't go live there. I'm here on Unreal. But you can find the music I released over there at Mr. TD McCollum. The commentary behind the scenes will be here on Unveiled Vibration. Okay. If you'd like to donate for it, you can send that over to Mr. TD McCollum at CashApp. And if you would like to talk off web, offline, you can do so by emailing me at Apostle TV McCollum. I might change that in the future. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna do that right now. Screw it. Bam. There it is. You can email me at mrtdmccollum at gmail.com. Yep. That's where it would go. Meet me on Saturday mornings with the crew. Celestial Fire Ricky and JoJo Speaks will be there at 10 Eastern. Saturday morning. It's Saturday. It's Saturday. Sometimes we a little sleepy getting up, but we will be there at 10 ish. So that might be 10:05, that might be 10:07, 10:10, 10:15. Maybe not as late as 10:15, but it has happened. But we will be there in the 10 o'clock first quarter of the hour, where we're going to talk about prayer, devotional, and some social commentaries. We have a good time. Come over and enjoy it. If you had a good time tonight, please let me know. Say something in the chat. I love the interaction. I love talking to my peoples. Because you are my people. And I wish you well. Good night. I love you.